What's up, guys? We are the Team Flare Boys, and we're going to be going over some of the new Generation 8 Pokemon rumors and other leaks that have been going on for the new Pokemon Switch game console that's going to be coming out sometime later this year, hopefully.
So the Japanese Riddler has sent us another picture, and this picture is the one that we have on the screen right now, and it is of the Asian Palmyra Borassus palm tree. And this is the same guy who sent us the picture of the Reboot Mon. If anybody's not familiar with that, this is the Reboot Mon. He's actually a Digimon from Digimon series, but since he's the Riddler, he sent this to us to kind of hint at the fact that Pokemon is going to be a reboot this time around for the Nintendo Switch, which makes a lot of sense because it's like the home console jump. Um, so back to this picture. So there was no caption or anything when this guy sent this photo over. It was just this picture, and that's kind of how these riddles work. And so a quick backwards search of this image shows us that it's actually on a Wikipedia page. And in the beginning, it just talks about palm trees native to some places, Africa, Asia, New Guinea, blah, 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 nothing very specific. Down here, it gets a little bit more specific with cultivation and uses. So the Palmyra palms are economically useful and widely cultivated, especially in Southeast Asia. Now, that's the first sentence of this.
So it kind of gives us like a little bit of a hint of where this Pokemon new gen might be going to be, like the new region. So mostly all signs point to the southeastern Asian islands.
Based on what we've been receiving from oOoPiukoOo, which is the Italian leaker. For those of you who aren't familiar, he's been the one leaking us with tad bits of information. So far, he's been unable to be proved incorrect with anything that he's leaked so far, and he sends this picture. So if we're going to try to dissect this picture a little bit, we got a big island right here, and we have a pyramid in the middle. We have an outside city over here, and we got some flying snakes around.
And we also got two new EVs, or two just EVs right there at the base of the pyramid. One of them, the EV on the left side of the pyramid, is near some clouds and stuff like that, and then the EV on the right side has some rocks around it if you look at it. So it kind of gives us like a little bit of a hint of like there might be a new evolution coming in Generation 8. They usually only introduce evolutions in the even number generation, so we have, not counting 1, but 2, 4, and 6. So hopefully that could be cool if we can get maybe like a flying type evolution or maybe like a rock or ground type would be kind of cool, I
I
think.
wouldn't. I don't think I would completely hope on getting two new evolutions. So I feel like maybe this image isn't like completely accurate, but I feel like we could at least hope for one. And everybody's been leaning towards the fact we're going to be getting a flying EV, which I think is super cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, so let's go into a little bit of the other parts of this picture. This is believed to be Sri Lanka, which is it's located within Southeast Asia, which means the photos of the palm trees are kind of like leading back to this thought that we're going to be on Sri Lanka. And what people have been saying about the game is that it's going to be focused on one island, and there's going to be many other smaller islands around it connected to it. And in this photo, it says there's an airport picture. So he does leave a little bit of a description with this picture. It's not just kind of decipher it. He's left very few things. So he says, "Hello, friends. I hope you're all doing fine. A few weeks ago, I shared information with you regarding the scripts. I was translating together with my team, and he said he was going to come back if he had more details." Now, this part is interesting. He says, "Now, I'll be very honest with you. The amount of info I have now is quite big, and I'm not intended to attire attention with too many details. The only things I will share with you are the following. There is an airport, turbo mechanic, stat boost for weaker Pokemon, Snake's brothers, one bad, one good, and vice versa." I don't know what the vice versa there means. But an evil team is building a huge town to attract people from the villages and empty the island. So what's interesting about the last thing that he says is actually in Sri Lanka, they are something similar is happening where they are building a larger city, and it's kind of like this tradition versus new What is the
It's like a tradition. It's like a traditional values versus like a
new?
more modern take. So it's like these.
So I believe this could possibly be true. Of course, these are all just leaks and rumors. Nothing has been confirmed because nothing's been said by anybody official. But as far as we know, the Pute guy hasn't been debunked. Nothing that he said has been proven false. And he seems to know how the translating works within Nintendo. So unless he did really good research on translating teams, which was kind of weird, but at the same time, we never know. It could very easily be all fake. But the thing that's really interesting about all of the things that he brings up in this is there's a 2014 article written about the new Pokemon game, and we'll go ahead. Three new starters with no names so far is for the water type, it evolves into a water steel and is a squat teardrop shaped humanoid that has a jar filled with on its head, and as it evolves it grows taller and the jar is bigger until it needs another set of arms to hold it on its head. The fire evolves into a fire fairy and is a tiny cute goat with fire blowing out of its horns. Its horns look evolves more menacing until it has curly ram-like horns and a motorcycle hot rod-like look. The grass evolves into a grass electric and starts with a leaf for a face with a nubby root and has a body until it evolves into a electric producing palm tree with each flower petal having a different face. So basically we got this teardrop human thing with a jar on its head filled with tears for a water steel type, a cute little like fire breathing or fire horn goat, and a electric palm tree with a bunch of different faces.
Yeah. So it sounds like these Pokemon are kind of like they sound a bit more abstract. You know what I mean? Like a palm tree with like a bunch of faces on it. I mean, we do have something. We do have kind of similar Pokemon like that,
Mm-hmm.
but it has a bunch of different faces on it. I don't think we have like a teardrop Pokemon, which is
Mm-hmm.
kind of cool. I'm interested definitely to see what that is gonna
Mm-hmm.
look like for sure.
It also kind of goes back into the picture that the Riddler sent of the reboot Mon,
Hmm.
which is just kind of inferring this is going to be kind of how Black and White was again. Black and White was a whole new generation. They were weird looking. They looked different. At first, I feel like they weren't that well received, and then we kind of got them in like 3D, and I feel like everybody kind of grew more fond onto all those characters when they weren't looking at like the tiny little pixel version of them.
Right. So the main legendary for Pokemon Plus is a Shifu lion-looking psychic ground type that has multiple faces, and the Pokemon Minus legendary is a ghost fairy type that has two dashes for its eyes and hurricane-like appendages with many arms and hands. Again, they're very abstract, lots
Mm-hmm.
of faces, lots of different like weird
Mm-hmm.
appendages and stuff like
They
that.
sound very like kind of cultural too,
Yeah, totally.
which I'm into, and it kind of fits this whole Southeast Asian theme we keep
Mm-hmm.
seeing over and over again, which
Very much
is
so.
very cool. Um, More traditional Pokemon-like gameplay will be on the handheld controller, while all new gameplay aspects will be on the terminal unit. And this part is kind of relates back to one of the first things we read of them receiving alpha and prototype hardware. Hardware meaning not a game or like a software, but a whole new unit or console, aka the Switch. So this terminal unit is kind of exactly how the Nintendo Switch works. There's a dock. You play it in your hand in mobile mode, and then you dock it, and then you see it on the screen. So it kind of just is. It's very strange because it's like, how did this person predict all this? And this is a lot of information for 2014.
Right.
Let's see if that happens or not. Thanks for watching, guys.
If you haven't already, click the subscribe button for more daily Pokemon content that we're going to be bringing. We are a new channel, so we definitely would appreciate the subscribe.
And comment letting us know if you think this is all a bunch of crap, or if you think that it's real,
Yeah.
or if you're, what else do you think?
Yeah, just
Do you
like
have
your
any information?
general thoughts on what you'd like to see in Generation 8, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
All right, and peace out.